The day my graduate school entrance exams ended, Emily dragged me to the Foxhole Bar for a night out. The next morning, I woke up to find that the strong guy I had spent the night with was actually a librarian at New York University. At first, I thought I'd hit the jackpot and met a hot guy. But then, when he pinned me down on the bed and huskily said, "Rachel, be a good girl, and do it again," I realized that this man had already planned everything. That was my first time drinking, and to be honest, the taste was worse than I imagined, like horse piss. I thought I could handle at least 3 drinks, but one shot in, I couldn't even tell which way was up. Emily and the other girls had gone off to flirt with some younger guys, leaving me at the bar. A guy at the next table bought me a drink. Not knowing the bar etiquette, I sipped a little and he smiled and left. Whatever. I had to pee. While washing my hands, a ridiculously handsome guy walked in. I stared at him in the mirror, wide-eyed. Oh my god, he's gorgeous. My love at first sight radar was going off the charts. He glanced at me, surprised, as he was about to dry his hands. And then, I somehow ended up throwing myself at him, completely wasted. He probably had a cleanliness issue because he tried to push me off. But I clung to him like a koala. No way I was letting go of this hot, clean-cut guy. He looked at me with a resigned expression and asked, "What are you doing here?" I grinned and said, "Haha, just looking for a guy with an 8-pack who knows how to handle things." I couldn't help but run my fingers along his smooth, perfect skin. It was so soft. I was in love. This guy smelled so good, but suddenly I felt like I was going to throw up. I hadn't realized that one drink could hit me so hard. And then, yep, I vomited, all over his pristine white shirt. Without a word, he took me back to his place. The second we got in, he threw me on the couch and went to shower and change. Still dazed and overheated, I stripped off some clothes and followed him into the bathroom. When he saw me coming wrapped in a towel, he jumped. "Don't come any closer." I was already eyeing his abs. Damn, that body was to die for. In real life, I'm usually the good girl, but drunk me had no problem getting handsy. Hard and smooth. His body felt amazing, cool to the touch, which made me cling to him even more, like I was on fire. Realizing something was off, he cursed under his breath, picked me up, and laid me on the bed. He headed to the closet, probably to find clothes and take me to the hospital. I held onto the bed for support, slowly crawling toward him. The heat in the room was unbearable, and my skin felt parched, like I was about to crack open. Even with my eyes closed, I could navigate my way behind him, wrapping my arms around his waist. I was so thirsty, my lips parched, my face burning. I leaned in, searching for his lips like they were my only source of water. He turned to avoid me. "Stop messing around. Let me get dressed so I can take you to the hospital," I whimpered in his arms. To his ears, it probably sounded like a seductive, ghostly moan. He opened a bottle of water and tried to pour it into my mouth, but I fidgeted like a child, spilling it everywhere. Water ran down my chin, neck, and soaked into my white tank top, making it cling to my chest. His temple pulsed as he gritted his teeth, clamping my mouth shut and forcing more water in. I sputtered, coughing and tearing up, a pitiful sight. Taking a deep breath, he carried me to the bed, tucked me under the covers, and went to get a cold towel. I kicked the blanket off, my body writhing restlessly. My pillow was soaked with tears as my chest began to itch. It started with a few stings, like bees biting here and there, striking all the sensitive spots, painful and itchy at the same time. But soon, discomfort became unbearable, like a person wandering through the desert, desperate for water. In a daze, I yanked off my tank top, fumbling to unhook my bra. A hand grabbed my wrist and said, "No." I was both frustrated and uncomfortable, blinking up at him through teary eyes. "I feel so bad." I stared at him seriously, tugging at his clothes like a lost child pleading for candy. "Help me, please?"